Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Sandy VCAL PD presents the Sports Corner Podcast.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey guys, what's up here? It's 2Sweet Podcast.
And today we'll be going through some news, reviews, and rumors.
That's right. Today, we're going to start off with the reviews because we're coming off the Elimination Chamber, and next week, you know, it's Fastlane.
Yep,
and next
Fastlane.
week we're going to have an action-packed episode. We're going to know exactly what's going on for WrestleMania. And I swear to God, if AJ Styles wins that match, no, sorry, not AJ Styles, John Cena wins that match, I'm going to go berserk. Any of them, of those men, except for Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Dolph Ziggler, who, oh my God, that promo that he did on Smackdown, phenomenal. I'm going to be doing my Raw review, and then Leigh's going to do Smackdown, and then we're going to do E&L segment in the middle of the show, because we want to get our opinions and out of the way. So, yeah.
And then lastly, we'll be doing my rumor mill, one of the best segments of this podcast.
And then we might have some genius Edan's fantasy booking. We'll see. So, I'm going to start Raw, and let's go. Ronda Rousey gets her WrestleMania match.
Or should I call Smiley Ronda Rousey?
Yes, smiley Ronda Rousey.
No one wants to see Ronda smile in the WWE. We want to see that pure, angry face that we all knew in UFC.
Yeah. So, Kurt Angle kicked off the show. He called out this COO and looked ready for a fight.
And then Stephanie McMahon came out, told Kurt Angle to calm down, and then came Smiley Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, so Rousey emerged to say her peers. McMahon tried to downplay the issues between them before Rousey announced she wanted to face the Raw commissioner at WrestleMania.
Now, didn't I say that they were going to make Ronda Rousey the Stone Cold babyface and Stephanie McMahon the Vince heel?
Yeah. So, Triple H wouldn't have it. Angle, though, booked himself and Rousey against McMahon and Triple H. Stephanie McMahon, not Vince McMahon. A brawl broke out that saw McMahon blindside Rousey and Angle hooked the ankle lock on the game.
Now, I just want to say this. How in the bloody hell can Ronda Rousey fall down from Stephanie McMahon?
Yeah.
How the hell does that happen?
I give this promo a 2 stars. Horrible promo. Not as bad as you know. Not as bad
as the contract signing.
Yeah. Asuka versus Nia Jax. Now this was an okay match. This is probably the best match of the night. Raw was horrible, but SmackDown was pretty good. I have to say that. Nia Jax used her power advantage / weight to overwhelm Asuka early. She beat on the Empress of Tomorrow with a measured pace. Asuka mostly played defense as she absorbed a ton of punishment. She clamped a triangle choke on Nia Jax and moved the powerhouse struggled to escape from it. When Jax couldn't pull her arm free, she had to tap out. And Bliss was talking to a tearful Nia Jax about how you're not a failure and you have to show why you're not a failure and that you're overweight and you get bullied. But that was the worst goddamn segment I've ever seen.
But hear me out. What if this could lead to Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania?
I hope so. I hope Nia Jax attacks Alexa Bliss. And if we are going to see a face Nia, I don't think we should see a face Alexa Bliss just yet. As I said, end of her career. I think 2 podcasts ago. Yeah, it's just I think that it should be Asuka versus Charlotte. Look at this Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott, I like her, man, but she's not ready. Maybe 2 years.
Yeah, she has a lot of potential of becoming women's champion, but not at this very moment.
By the way, in the ENL segment, we are going to be talking about future stars who should take over the WWE and superstars who should sign. Finally, we're going to do that. And yes. So, the Bar versus the Revival.
At least now, finally, they're doing something different. But the Revival was killed.
Yeah. What a horrible segment. What an absolutely horrible match. I didn't like this match at all. A victory here would have given Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder a championship match against the Bar at WrestleMania.
Now, that's a WrestleMania-worthy kind of match, in my opinion.
Very. Quick tags led to each team being in control for brief stretches of the match. Sheamus and Cesaro held down Dawson and kept him in their corner as they worked him over. The Revival responded by taking it to Cesaro. The Swiss Cyborg, or the Superman, whatever you want to call him these days, though, was able to drive Dawson into the mat for a 3 count. Result, the Bar won by pinfall. I give this match a 2.5 stars. I didn't really like this match at all. Let's get to the next match. So, this is really weird. I don't know why the hell would they get this guy to interrupt John Cena. John Cena addresses his road to WrestleMania. Cena promoted SmackDown's Fastlane pay-per-view and talked about his 6-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. And he said he promised to break Ric Flair's world title record. And I swear to God, if he does, I am going to be very disappointed. I don't want to see the face of WWE, the face of TNA, and the face of New Japan in a match. I don't want to. I don't think it will be that good. I want to see AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. He laid out the possibility of a triple threat match between him, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. But very surprising, Goldust, out of all people, interrupted. He said he would make it to WrestleMania by stopping Cena. A Goldust sucker punch left Cena lying.
I don't really know who came up with this idea to have Goldust interrupting John Cena. Like, out of all the people, like Edan said, you would add Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, to interrupt John Cena's promo and sucker punch him in the head.
Anyways, they had a match leading up to it. I don't need to say it.
It was a major disappointment.
Ended with an AA and a 3 count. Cena wins by pinfall, a 1-star match. And then Bayley versus the really good-looking,
but yet
terrible
wrestler,
Mandy Rose. Bayley was set to explain why she attacked or banded Sasha Banks in their tag match last week, but Paige cut that short. She mocked Bayley, saying she was all alone now. By the way, I wish Paige returns. I hope she returns. She is the best thing on Raw, except for Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. She needs to return, period. And imagine Asuka versus Paige. Mandy Rose knocked Bayley around early. After being on the wrong end of a number of power moves, Bayley railed back. She rolled up Rose for the win. Absolution pounced on her after the bell, but Banks rushed in to save Bayley. Bayley refused a hug from the boss.
Now that was interesting in my book. I have this in my rumor mill about Bayley taking on Sasha Banks.
By the way, this was a good match, just letting you know.
Yep.
Keep going on, Leigh.
Okay, so for my rumor mill, I have Sasha Banks and Bayley being one of the 4 matches at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Now, sorry to interrupt. Talk about that in your rumor mill.
I will.
This is going to be it's going to be highly anticipated rumor mill. So yeah, then we had Braun Strowman versus Elias. No one gives a sympathy of destruction match.
Yeah, it's just your ordinary street fight with musical instruments as weapons.
But I got told by reports this was the best thing that happened on Raw. I don't know.
Was it?
Apparently, it got an A- on some websites. Elias tried to get Angle to cancel the match, to no avail. Later, he showed off his muscle skills by playing the drums and piano as well as the guitar. He tried to run off and drive away, but Strowman held his car in place. In the ring, the monster Mugman mauled his rival, or Elias. Not really a rival to me. Elias went after Strowman's knee and wailed on him with weapons. That wasn't enough to keep the big man down. The monster among men then began to fling Elias all over the stage. Fling Elias, not feeling. Fling Elias all over the stage, destroying musical instruments in the process. A piano to the gut ended Elias' night as Strowman got the 3 count. Results, Strowman wins via pinfall. I give this a 2.5 or 3. I don't care. And then Bray Wyatt versus Rhino. I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt
Yeah,
pounded on Rhino and
Rhino was killed.
Mere seconds. He won by Sister Abigail. I don't even know. And Wyatt wins via pinfall. 2 stars. Now.
You're forgetting someone.
Now.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah, that's soon. Calm down.
All right.
Now, I want to get to the most interesting thing in this wrestling company, which is the Intercontinental Championship. These 3 goddamn best wrestlers, except for the Miz, 2 best goddamn wrestlers in the Intercontinental in Raw. So, the Miz's Awards / the Miztourage versus Bala and Seth Rollins. The Miz mocked the Academy Awards before giving out his own trophies. He awarded Angle, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor joke awards. He then wanted to honor himself before Rollins and Balor sauntered in. The Intercontinental Champ dismissed both men's accomplishments. Then the arguing led to 3-on-2 match, pitting Rollins and Bala against the Miztourage. The baby faces knocked around the Miztourage for a spell, but the numbers advantage allowed the Miz, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel to take control. Rollins battled back, and soon Bala forced his way into the action in what became a game of one-upmanship. The Architect got the pin. Angle announced Bala and Rollins would both challenge the Miz at WrestleMania. Bala and Rollins win by pinfall. I give this a 3.5 stars.
And then the Killjoy.
And then the goddamn worst thing in professional wrestling history. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me, WWE? You are continuing to push this guy down our throats. I am pissed off about this. I don't care anymore. This is me going on a rant again about Roman Reigns because he's the goddamn worst wrestler this company has ever seen. I don't know, why would you replace him with John Cena? The person who should have took this spot was Finn Balor. I don't care if he's a vanilla midget. I don't care if, he's a demon. He should be the face of the company, not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the worst thing that has ever happened to this company, and I cannot believe they are wasting Brock Lesnar's time with this. This could be Brock Lesnar's last match. I doubt it, but imagine if he loses against Roman Reigns.
Well, I hate to interrupt you there, Don, but I'm hoping this is Brock Lesnar's last match because he shouldn't be wasting his time with WWE or Vince McMahon. Period.
Well, I've heard rumor that Brock Lesnar wants to sign a contract, but Vince McMahon doesn't want to give him the contract.
Yep, I heard about that as well.
So, Paul Heyman laid the Universal Championship on the mat. He talked of Brock Lesnar winning the UFC title and his client's up-and-coming WrestleMania match with Roman Reigns. Much of Heyman's promo centered on Lesnar's crown and its significance. The Advocate promised to bring Lesnar to Raw next week. Reigns showed up and got in Heyman's face. The big dog scoffed at the fact Lesnar was not on Raw. They keep goddamn scoffing at the fact that, Lesnar wasn't on Raw. Lesnar wasn't on this. I don't goddamn care. I don't care anymore. I don't care about Roman Reigns trying to be a babyface. I want him to turn heel. We gotta have him turn heel, but no, they're gonna push him down our throats. Like we're so dumb. We're not 8-year-old kids, WWE. We are not 8-year-old kids. We are not little whiny kids who think Roman Reigns, whatever he says, we're going to cheer. Whatever he does, we're going to cheer. Whatever spear, Superman punch, stupid clothesline that he does when he jumps up every time, or whatever Samoan drop the worst moveset except for John Cena in WWE history. Let me say this. WWE need to move into SmackDown, turn him heel, and be back to what he was like in the Shield. And then maybe Lee, people will start appreciating the Roman Empire. The worst goddamn wrestling, I don't care, of all time. He's the worst character, he's the worst everything. And that's my Raw review. Thank you very much. Leigh, bring it to SmackDown. Roman Reigns is the goddamn worst wrestler of all time.
He is the worst wrestler of all times. Now, I have to say, out of all the SmackDowns I had to review on the 2Sweet podcast, this one is the best. Because this week's SmackDown Live was really interesting. It started off with Charlotte and Ruby Riott interview. And this is the perfect way you want to build your match for the SmackDown Women's title? An interview? Really? Okay. So, Ruby and Charlotte were complaining about how Charlotte was successful on how she won the NXT Women's, the Divas, the Raw Women's, and the SmackDown Women's titles she's currently holding. And how Ruby Riott says it's a fluke. She wants to break it, prove everyone wrong. And Charlotte just says that I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to be the best woman standing. And then the rest of the Riot Squad come in. And then strangely, Bobby Roode comes in. Now, he was going to scout out the competition. And by competition, I mean Randy Orton for his match at Fastlane for the United States title. Which it should be a triple threat match. Listen to the voice of the voiceless, SmackDown. You should be listening to me. I know how to book a pay-per-view, especially if it's with the United States title. Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal, a triple threat match for the United States title. You should do that. How is this still a one-on-one match between Bobby Roode and Randy Orton? I want to get that out of the way right now. How is that still a one-on-one match? And speaking of Randy Orton, he had another match with Jinder Mahal, and I gotta say, it's better than the pay-per-view encounters they had. I have to say. Now, at the end of the match, I want to talk about the match. At the end of the match, it was really interesting. With Randy Orton shoving Jinder Mahal into Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode coming in minutes later to distract Randy Orton, and then Jinder Mahal hitting the Colossus. I reckon this could be a Bobby Roode heel turn. It could be. I don't know. I don't know where this could lead. And after Orton and Mahal, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were up for a little promo. Two of the best on SmackDown. Kevin Owens is ultimately the best. And AJ Styles and Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler and Nakamura. And in this promo, with Owens and Zayn more focused on their six-pack challenge, and God knows why, how this is a six-pack challenge instead of a triple threat. They were talking about how Kevin Owens is so close to becoming Grand Slam champion. He's just one more championship away to becoming Grand Slam champion. He just needs to win the World Heavyweight title at Fastlane. And Sami Zayn saying that he's going to lay down for Kevin Owens. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? The words I hear from one of the best on SmackDown, I am going to lay down for you. Are you for real? From Sami Zayn. You pay Sami Zayn good money, and yet you have him say this. I have no words. All right, Rusev and Nakamura is announced for Fastlane. At least finally, we're getting Rusev Day for a pay-per-view. And yes, at least now finally Rusev is getting a match on SmackDown Live. As I said last week with Rusev and Lana, they are hardly being used. At least now finally Rusev is getting a piece of the spotlight. After that, Becky Lynch and Carmella, finally something else different as well. I was getting sick and tired of watching Becky Lynch and the rest of her girls take on the Riot Squad. And this was the worst build to a match. And gosh, a rant over Twitter. Really? Now, I have seen worse feuds. I have seen DX and the Spirit Squad. I'm watching Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. The worst ever. And the New Day, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, and Mahal, Orton, and Roode over the SmackDown Top 10 list. But I think this is the dumbest ever. Dumbest. Though this match was boring, 1 star, I don't really care about the SmackDown women anymore. And then after that, Becky Lynch and Naomi will take on Natalya and Carmella at Fastlane. Another woman who has been out of the spotlight for so long, finally getting the spotlight as well. Now AJ Styles coming in and talking about how he's gonna go all in at this pay-per-view 6-pack challenge. And I gotta say, that is one of AJ Styles' best promos. Not necessarily not necessarily the best, but one of the most okay kind of. Dolph Ziggler comes in and talks about how AJ Styles is a has-been. And this is something that I wanted to see from Dolph Ziggler ever since he came back during his absence. Heel Dolph Ziggler, in which I doubt he's hardly going to be using for another long time. It's just have him as a heel for this match and then turn him back as babyface. And then AJ Styles says back to Dolph Ziggler says the guy who's been working in the WWE for 13 years and hasn't been granted an opportunity. And then Dolph Ziggler says the guy who took over a decade to get into the gates of WWE. Now, I really enjoyed this promo. Better than I enjoyed the SmackDown Women's title interview. Styles and Ziggler, the match was all right, but it ended up with Owens and Zayn attacking both Styles and Ziggler. And then at the end of the match, Shane McMahon comes in, says that there will be a fatal 5-way match between Styles, Owen, Zayn, Ziggler, and Corbin. If you ask me, they actually gave away their main event for free, only without John Cena. Okay, so for the Fatal 5-Way match, it was all right. I'm not going to say it's the best Fatal 5-Way match. I think the best modern-day Fatal 5-Way match goes to the number 1 contenders match for the Cruiserweight title for last year's Fastlane.
I disagree. Night of Champions. Was that a Fatal 5-Way when Randy Orton won the title?
No, that was a triple threat match.
No. Championship Scramble.
No, that was Unforgiven. There was no.
That wasn't Unforgiven. That was Night of Champions when Randy Orton won the title. Search it up right now. Search it up right now.
All right then. All right. Well, continuing on, Sami Zayn beat Kevin Owens because of a haluva kick, and that was my SmackDown review. Now this is a C+. I gotta give it a C+. All right, that's the end of my SmackDown review. Now time to go on to the best segment out of the entire podcast, the E&L segment.
All right, now we'll be talking about stars who should sign with the WWE, future stars that should be in the future stars of the WWE that we think, and yeah, and then we'll go on from there like we always do. We don't really know, but then we go on because it pops in our head. So Leigh, you always go first, so you're gonna go first again.
All right then.
So I'm gonna give you this. It's not about the signing. This is future.
So future
5 future stars.
5 future stars. All right then.
So number 5.
So we go by future stars for the main roster, or
Any roster, NXT, you can bring them from any roster except for the New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they have to be WWE right now. Actually, no, they don't. They don't have to be in WWE. They can be from New Japan.
okay. Okay, so for number 5, I'm gonna start off with Jay White. This guy is the best New Zealand wrestler of all time. I think this guy deserves to be in WWE. Give him the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Give him the United States title, the Intercontinental title.
I don't care. Whatever title it
whatever
is.
title there is.
The
just
new NXT title that they're making in the new takeover.
Yeah, I found out what the name is. Now,
What is it?
I think it's the North American title.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I will show you the news.
No. Please. Don't tell me they're making a North American title. They could have just done the European title. The NXT North American title. No one cares, WWE. This is the worst booking decision by NXT I've ever seen. So number 5 is Jay White, yes?
Yes, my number 5 is Jay White.
My number 5 is Ricochet.
Wait, Ricochet's already signed in.
Yeah, but I'm talking about future WWE stars that should be, should be champion.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. Continue on about Ricochet.
Ricochet should be already on TV, but nah, he's not ready apparently. I don't know what's going on with him, but Ricochet is one of the goddamn best wrestlers right now on the NXT roster, but he's not the best. I'll say that. Save that for later. And yeah, he's really good. He's nearly as good as Rey Mysterio back in the day. Now keep going there. Number 4.
All right, so for my number 4, I have to say Flip Gordon. Now, this is another Ring of Honor star that I know. I watched him with Jay Lethal, as I put on my top five best wrestlers. Flip Gordon should be a future NXT champion, or a superstar for that matter. This guy is phenomenal. If you watch Ring of Honor, Edan, then
I've heard of Flip Gordon.
Then you should see this guy. This guy is probably the next big thing in both Ring of Honor and professional wrestling.
By the way, I hate that Colt Cabana guy. I can't stand him.
What in the hell is wrong with Colt Cabana? Are you out of your mind?
I don't like that guy, man. I've never liked Colt Cabana. Now, can you check for me? Did Randy Orton win at Night of Champions? And what match was it? Now, for number 4 is he cut the greatest promo of his professional career last night. Sami Zayn. This guy has been used like a piece of you-know-what in the WWE. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. The way that they make Sami Zayn is horrible. They need to make him champion. That's it. Leigh?
All right, so for my
number 3.
Okay, so for my number 3, I gotta say War Machine.
War Machine. Wow.
Yep, War Machine. Probably the best team I know from New Japan ever, aside from the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Nothing can beat the Young Bucks, but War Machine.
And what's their name? They're like hillbillies.
They're like hillbillies. The Briscoes.
Yes, the Briscoes. I like them.
All right, back to War Machine. I would have War Machine go to SmackDown Live to take on the Bludgeon Brothers, because with a feud between the Bludgeon Brothers and War Machine,
amazing.
Exactly. You know where I'm going with this. They should sign War Machine to SmackDown Live, have this feud with the Bludgeon Brothers, and then bang! The SmackDown Tag Team Division is back live and living well.
My number 3 is the goddamn greatest UK wrestler except for Zack Sabre Jr., and that is Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne should already be the WWE champion, should already be the Universal champion, should already be the NXT champion. This guy is amazing. He should be versing, but he should have won the Royal Rumble. Sorry, Shinsuke Nakamura. But Pete Dunne versus Brock Lesnar. No one wants Roman Reigns. And I'm going to add Roman Reigns in every single podcast until he is booked right. Roman Reigns is the worst wrestler of all time.
That is if it'll ever be booked right.
Yeah. Pete Dunne is my third pick. Number 2 for Leigh.
Number 2, I would put Pete Dunne there. Now, you already talked about Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne should be, like you said, the WWE champion. Hell, he should be every champion in WWE. Every champion in the indie wrestling scene. Every champion that you could imagine. And like you said, he should have won the Royal Rumble instead of Shinsuke. I would pay so much money to see Pete Dunne and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34.
Yes.
Not Lesnar and Reigns 2. All right. Yeah. Pete Dunne. I absolutely love him. On to your number
Leigh, this is one of your favorite wrestlers. I want you to do this. I only need to do this, and you should know.
Adam Cole, baby.
Thank you very much. This guy is absolutely amazing. But he's not better than my number 1, nowhere near. But Adam Cole is amazing. By the way, number 2 as well, Kyle O'Reilly. I like Kyle O'Reilly. He shouldn't be in a tag team. He should be singles. But, I don't mind Undisputed. Kyle O'Reilly is really good. Really, really good.
If you watch their match at Final Battle, you will know how great Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole are.
Now, for Leigh's number 1.
For my number 1, this is an equal. The Young Bucks and the Undisputed Era and Sanity. I might as well add every single tag team to the main roster and be future champions. I would put Undisputed Era, Young Bucks, Sanity, and finally the Authors of Pain. Those 4 teams are all incredible.
The Authors of Pain should be champions in SmackDown. Now to my number 1. The greatest NXT champion of all time. The greatest heel in NXT. The best in-ring performer, except for Johnny Gargano in NXT. Andrade Cien Almas.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Andrade Cien Almas is so goddamn good that he can hold titles from everywhere and no one would care. They've turned this guy into something. He was bad.
Yeah, he went from jobber to a NXT champion. Now, I have nothing against Andrade Cien Almas winning the NXT champion. This guy is phenomenal and deserves to be champion. And this guy should hold it until the next few years. As soon as WrestleMania 36 comes around.
36.
36, yes.
2 years. All right. Leigh. Who should sign with top 6 people who should sign
All right.
with the WWE? Number 6, Leigh.
Number 6. I would have to say, for starters, I would put Kazuchika Okada in there. Now, as incredible as this guy is, there's basically nothing else left for Kazuchika Okada in New Japan. This guy, I think he deserves to be World Heavyweight Champion for the amount of days he's holding the IWGP Heavyweight title. This guy, he deserves to be in the WWE. I think he should get out of New Japan. Bang. And then we get that dream match between Nakamura and Okada at WrestleMania. That's my fantasy match at WrestleMania. On to your number 6.
Leigh. the greatest. And I put those words not lightly. I put them really big. The greatest Ring of Honor / New Japan / TNA tag team of all time, the Young Bucks.
I was gonna put the Young Bucks at number 5.
But they're my number 6. I think I said number 5. I'm not sure. But number 6 is the Young Bucks. I don't need to say anything about them. Super kick.
Super kick body. Super kick. If you listen to the Elite's theme song, it is so catchy.
Cringy moment, but that's alright.
Yeah, it is pretty cringy. But I just love to sing that.
Right. Leigh's number 5.
Well, I already pulled out the Young Bucks. That's my number 5.
Alright, well that's
So-
all you need to say.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can say about the Young Bucks. They're the best tag team of all time in the indie scene. There's nothing else left for the Young Bucks as well. I think they should move to NXT.
Now, Leigh. Sorry for interrupting. Actually, you know what? You want to keep going or?
Nah, it's okay. You can go into your number 5.
My number 5 is the most surprising person. You know him, but I've never mentioned him on this podcast. Will Ospreay.
Yep, I know Will Ospreay.
This guy, isn't he challenging Okada, yes?
Yeah, he fought Okada at the 46th anniversary of New
He
Japan.
lost, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he lost, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a very good match, I got told. And Will Ospreay, amazing. The way his feud with Marty Scurll is phenomenal. I could watch that for a million years. This kid's absolutely amazing.
For my number 4, I would put Marty Scurll. Now, like you said about Will Ospreay, he's one of the best, but nothing can beat Marty Scurll. This guy, as soon as I first looked at him, he was incredible. The villain.
Club.
The villain gimmick. How can you not deny the villain gimmick that this guy can pull out? A Bullet Club umbrella and that mask that he wears to the ring.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And his ability in the ring is just also amazing. I could not keep my eyes on him, especially after that match, after that Fatal 4 match for the IWGP Junior
Oh,
Heavyweight
that
title.
was amazing.
Yep.
Who did they have win that match again?
Yeah, that was Will Ospreay who won that match.
but I kind of disagree. I wanted Marty Scurll to win, but that's all right.
But yeah.
My 4th, Zack Sabre Jr. How could you not sign him after the Cruiserweight Classic?
Yeah, this guy has a lot of potential. I'm going to put him for my number 2. For my number 2. This guy is phenomenal. WWE had a missed opportunity.
There we go.
They had a missed opportunity for signing Zack Sabre Jr. to the WWE. How can you not sign him?
What an amazing
There was
performance at the Cruiserweight Classic. Who was in the final? TJP and who else?
TJ Perkins. I think there was also Zack Sabre Jr. is also there. Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, it was Ibushi versus TJP, wasn't it, in the final?
Yeah, I think it was TJ Perkins and Kota Ibushi in the finals. And then there was also Zack Sabre Jr. and there was another guy. Was Noam Don there?
I'm not sure. I have no clue. Wow, that is a hard one.
Hold on, I'm searching it up.
I think it was Grand Metalik.
Yes.
Wait, so was it professional wrestling produced by all participants were billed at a weight of 205 pounds or less to determine the first cruiserweight champion. Tournament qualifying matches took place in various...
Yeah, it was Grand. It was
Grand
it was
Metalik.
Grand.
Alright, cool. So, I had Zack Sabre Jr. A lot of controversy there, but Zack Sabre Jr. number 4. Number 3, Leigh.
No, my number 3, I already mentioned Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi, my number 3. Another missed opportunity of signing Kota Ibushi to the WWE. How can you not sign Kota Ibushi to the WWE?
I don't think he wanted to. That's what I got told. And Kota Ibushi
This guy is
is
phenomenal.
amazing.
Yeah, this guy's phenomenal.
He's not on my list, but he's phenomenal.
All right.
My number 3.
Tetsuya Naito.
Tetsuya Naito is the best heel in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Did you see what he did with the Intercontinental Champion? He just threw it. He didn't even care, man. He didn't even care. He's now become a face, I think, because he's that goddamn good. The fans love him. The fans love that guy, man. Tetsuya Naito is absolutely amazing. His wrestling is top class. His technical wrestling is top class. Absolutely amazing. So, Leigh, you're number 2.
Well, for number 2, I already put out Zack Sabre Jr. Now, you're number 2.
My number 2 is Okada. Okada is the John Cena of the New Japan scene. Okada is the best goddamn thing in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Okada should be WWE champion if he was in the WWE. And yeah, Okada is absolutely amazing. Now, Leigh, your number 1. I don't know what's your number 1, but I have a feeling it's the same thing as my number 1.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah, Kenny Omega. That's both of our number 1s. You see,
There's nothing else left to say.
We always agree. I don't know why.
Yep. We know our famous wrestling stars.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, he pulled off some great matches at Wrestle Kingdoms 10, 11, 12, and Dominion against Okada.
Yeah.
And I think the third time when he took on Okada at the G1 Climax.
Yeah, the G1 Climax.
Yep, it was another instant classic. I really don't see why WWE hasn't signed him yet as well. Probably because Kenny Omega, from what I read, is that he's not ready yet.
Oh, really?
He doesn't want to be used yet. He doesn't want to be used as some robot, I think. It's like WWE's puppet.
Leigh, now the E&L segment is always talking about big topics. Now, I know you have your rumor mill, but we have to wait on that because we still want to continue with this E&L segment. I want to bring out a big topic. It's not really big, but it's a topic nonetheless. Killian Dane.
Oh, yeah. Killian Dane
versus Alistair Black.
Yeah. I've been reading about that. Killian Dane and Alistair Black.
Now, Leigh, I want to know your thoughts on this Killian Dane. This ruthless guy, man. He just destroyed him last week.
Now, Killian Dane, I got to say, I think out of the 4 members of Sanity, I think he's the second best. Eric Young, obviously the first. I love this guy. But Killian Dane, I think he's the second best Sanity member. And I think this guy has potential of being a future champion. Not exactly an NXT champion or a world heavyweight champion, but a future United States or Intercontinental champion.
I want my booking fantasy to come to true. You know what? What about Sanity versus the Bludgeon Brothers?
3 on 2.
No. 2 on 2.
Oh, yeah, 2 on 2.
They're 2 monsters.
Yeah, 2 monsters, the Bludgeon Brothers, and have
the 2 other monsters. Get Eric Young out of the equation for now.
Yeah, have Killian Dane and I think Alexander Wolf.
Yeah. Why do they call me the genius of booking? There's a reason. Alistair Black versus Andrade Cien Almas. Have Alistair Black lose. Now, people are going to call me crazy. I want Alistair Black to lose that match. And I want him to, not show up for, 3-4 months. Just be, not talk to anyone, nothing. Just destroy people left and right, except for the champion. Andrade Cien Almas holds the title for another 4 months, and then, boom, Alistair Black goes out of his shadow, finally comes and gets the NXT Championship. He beats Andrade Cien Almas. Andrade Cien Almas goes up to the main roster, wins the WWE Championship. End of story.
You know, the funniest thing is, for my game and WWE 2K18, I have Alistair Black as my WWE champion. This guy deserves to be WWE champion. Hell, any champion.
On my WWE 2K18, my WWE champion is Johnny Gargano, and my Universal champion is Dolph Ziggler, and my NXT champion is Pete Dunne, and Pete Dunne's also the UK champion. Now, I haven't bought the NXT Stars pack, but when I do, I will definitely be making Alistair Black the WWE Championship. You know how sick that title would look on him? It matches him perfectly, that title. Freaking looks sick on that guy. And I love his theme song. Now, Leigh, any other topics? Can you please tell me, is there any other topics that we can talk about just before your rumor mill? And then we'll start your rumor mill.
Well, first things first, I just want to go out and say thank you to New Japan Pro Wrestling for 46 years of professional wrestling. I just want to get that out of the way right now.
Thank you, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Now, I'm gonna say this in Japanese. I did this on Google Translate. Google Translate may suck at translating things from English to Japanese or any kind of language, but I want to say this in Japanese. Hold on, I got it. Opening up the app for a second. Yeah, here we are. Arigatou gozaimasu. Mae shita shin Nihon Pororesu no 46 nenkan to sansu no idaina Wrestlingu okoku piepu. I think that's how it's pronounced in Japanese. As I put this in English, thank you, New Japan Pro Wrestling, for 46 years of professional wrestling, and for those 3 great Wrestle Kingdom pay-per-views I've seen. Thank you. I'm expecting a whole lot more from you guys.
I have one topic. WWE. How shit is WWE?
Jesus.
Sorry for my language. How bad are they?
They are the worst ever. You call this a build towards WrestleMania? Roman Reigns being forced down our throats? How in the hell is this a booking?
Oh, I had to get that out of my system. And I'm still going to talk about Roman Reigns, the worst goddamn wrestler of all time. I'm going to keep saying it every time I say his name. He is the goddamn worst wrestler of all time. Roman Reigns is the goddamn worst wrestler of all time. Say it, Leigh. Say it, Leigh.
He is the worst ever. Probably get him off my TV. Help get him off this
And it is just
too sweet.
rumor mill.
All right, now on to my rumor mill, and this has been a lot of talk recently. WWE has been planning an event at the Melbourne Cricket Ground in Australia
October.
after the AFL Grand Final, and apparently, as this was announced, this will happen. The announcement will happen at WrestleMania 34. Yes, it's
Really?
Yes, it says it here.
Wow.
I can't wait. And recently fired Rich Swann was appeared backstage at Lucha Underground.
Oh, I hope he's a mask guy.
Yes.
I hope he's masked.
All right. Now, this may piss some people off. We're not even near WrestleMania 35, and this came up. At WrestleMania 35, WWE wants to hold the first ever women's division main event. Is this really the way to end a WrestleMania? I mean, I've seen terrible ways to end a WrestleMania. Triple H and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. Sorry. Have a little disease called Roman Reigns.
Worst wrestler of all time.
But this is just pure stupidity to the limit. A WrestleMania main event with women in it. Now, I'm not trying to be sexist. The women are trying their very best in wrestling and mixed martial arts and all sorts of sports, but a women's match is not a perfect way to close a WrestleMania. Am I right there, Edan?
No, you're not. With the likes of Asuka, no. You're wrong. With the likes of Charlotte, you're wrong. Sasha Banks has the ability to close out a WrestleMania. Now, I would understand why you're angry about this. And that's why I'm not going to give you crap about it. And I think that the women are so good now that they can main event WrestleMania.
Well, most women are main event and caliber. Charlotte and Asuka, they're WrestleMania worthy main events. All right, speaking of Charlotte and Asuka, Charlotte actually wants Asuka at WrestleMania 34. And we've been going through this for a very long time. We want Charlotte and Asuka. Charlotte wants Asuka as well at WrestleMania. No one wants to see Alexa Bliss and Asuka. All right, then. The Bludgeon Brothers to be added to the SmackDown Tag Team Title match at Fastlane. How is this a rumor? How is this a rumor? This shouldn't even be a rumor. The New Day don't deserve to be #1 contenders. Now, I already said that last week. But the Bludgeon Brothers sure as hell deserve to be #1 contenders. How in the hell is the New Day #1 contenders? This shouldn't even be a rumor, and this sure as hell doesn't deserve to be...
Over pancakes.
Thank you. And, as I said before, Sasha Banks and Bayley planned for WrestleMania 34 as one of the 4 matches to feature women at WrestleMania 34. But Bayley is unsure about this match at WrestleMania 34 with Sasha Banks. And this is interesting, I have to say.
They're having this match with no title on the line?
No title on the line at all.
This is why they call me the booking genius. Why the hell have Alexa Bliss win? And then put yourself in a loophole with Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Asuka.
Exactly. You had a opportunity to have either Bayley or Banks win the Raw Women's title at Elimination Chamber. Have this match between Banks and Bayley at WrestleMania 34 for the Raw Women's title, and that way it would be a bigger match than a singles match between just Banks and Bayley with no title on the line.
Wait a second. YouTube notification. Apparently, Tommaso Ciampa disrespects the WWE fans, and it was great. JD from New York.
Best review of all time. Shout out to you, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, then. Sonny was arrested. You know Sonny, right, Edan?
Sonny.
Yeah, WWE Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she was arrested for fugitive from justice.
Wow.
Yeah. WWE's top 10 signings. Now, I have a list. WWE made a list of some of the best signings they put out. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. All right, number 10, Finn Balor. Number 9, The Big Show. Number 8, Samoa Joe. Number 7, Goldberg. Number 6, Eddie Guerrero. Number 5, Sting. Number 4, Kurt Angle. Number 3, Ronda Rousey. Number 2, Rey Mysterio, and number 1 is Chris Jericho. How in the hell is AJ Styles not on this list?
What is this list again?
The top 10 people who signed with the WWE. And there's no AJ Styles on this list. No AJ Styles, one of the...
There's Ronda Rousey.
Smiley Ronda Rousey, not rowdy Ronda Rousey. And there's Big Show. Now, he was great, but not great now. Soon to be retired. You had Goldberg, Old Berg.
Where's The Rock? Where's
Dwayne Johnson?
Where's Stone
Where's
Cold?
Stone
Where's
Cold?
Bret Hart?
Where's The Undertaker?
Where's The Undertaker? Cringy, but I don't care. The Undertaker deserves everything and anything. And I hope he versus Cena, even though they're washed up.
Yeah. All right, then Brock Lesnar beat Kane in 35 minutes in Chicago, and the fans in Chicago weren't happy, and I can't really blame them. I mean, who would pay hundreds or thousands of money to go see a main event between Lesnar and Kane for 35 seconds? Who would? Who would really want to see that?
No one. I would be disappointed if that happened.
Well, I feel sorry for Chicago. People in Chicago, Illinois, I humbly, I just want to say I hope you forget about that main event.
I hope CM Punk returns.
And I hope CM Punk returns as well for All In this September. Continuing on, Tommy Dreamer is worried about Ronda Rousey's Samoa drop. And
that was the worst.
Yeah, that was the worst Samoan drop of all time, but better than Roman Reigns' Samoa drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta come up with a better finishing move, Ronda. A Samoan drop? We saw you in UFC as a submission specialist.
Armbar should be a finisher.
Exactly.
And I love this chick in NXT. Sorry. What's her name again?
Candice LeRae?
The girl who does the MMA?
Yeah, the blonde one?
Nah. The one who nearly broke Ember Moon's rib. The girl with the mouth guard.
Girl with the mouth guard. All right, man. I don't watch a lot of NXT.
What?
Yes. As soon as Foxtel got rid of NXT, I don't know any of the women anymore. Aside from Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, and Candice LeRae, and Andre Cien-Almas' girl.
Wow. You really don't know her. Wow. I'm going to search it up right now. Continue your rumor. I'm going to search it up.
Okay, then John Cena denies requesting Rey Mysterio's match at WrestleMania and hints that he may not be actually in the card for this year's WrestleMania. And as much as we want this John Cena Undertaker match, with this rumor here, I have a feeling that John Cena might not be able to appear at this year's WrestleMania. He's been in so many WrestleManias, but I think this year he won't be able to appear.
Now, my favorite women's wrestler on NXT, Shayna Baszler.
Oh, right, that girl, right.
She is crazy heel. I like that.
She was in the Mae Young Classic. This girl is amazing. All right, continuing on with my rumor mill. Rey Mysterio suffers an injury at an indie show. And yes, I saw this review I saw this rumor on the internet, and God, all this hype for Rey Mysterio to return to the WWE only to suffer an injury at an indie show. I heard that Jushin Thunder Liger is going to take on Rey Mysterio at a New Japan event, and yet we have a rumor saying that he suffered an injury at an indie show. This is beyond stupid. All right, then Fastlane isn't expected to feature any title changes, though there may be a big angle planned for the main event, the six-pack challenge for the World Heavyweight title. Now, I've been predicting that The Undertaker could appear in this match, screw John Cena over, Styles to take the win, headlining WrestleMania to take on Shinsuke Nakamura. I have my fantasy booking as well. This is how I feel about this main event having a little twist to it. All right, then PW Insider, according to PW Insider, there was word making the rounds at Raw last week that there could be more wrestlers added to the Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania 34.
Wow.
Yes, so we could see Braun Strowman in this match, and we could see Elias.
I hope Elias wins that match.
Yep, I hope so as well. And as shocking as this is, people are not sticking around to watch 205 live.
Wow.
Yes. I looked it up on the internet just now, and people are not tuning in. Triple H has the keys to the cruiserweights, and Drave Maverick, is it?
Yeah.
Is the general manager, and I would like to call him Rockstar Spud. I'm just going to call him Rockstar Spud. And both those guys are delivering it to 205 Live. How is people not sticking around? Oh, wait, I know why. because of 2 whole hours of sitting around watching SmackDown live. One of the worst wrestling.
You know what they should do, 205 Live?
Yeah, they should move it to Full Sail University.
They should do it on like a Friday or something.
Yeah, they should move 205 Live to Full Sail University. Probably have some matches played after NXT is finished taping.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree with you there. After NXT, have it there. I'm not a big fan of the new NXT arena. It's really weird. It's just stage, walk downstairs, and then it's not even a stage. It's like a high building thing. You go walk downstairs and then you go into the ring.
then into the ring.
It's really weird, but hey, that is an indie feel of the show.
Yeah.
So I understand.
And Jeff Hardy has been cleared and is waiting for WWE's clearance. Now, I have a little bit of fantasy booking myself here again. What if Jeff Hardy comes back after Fastlane, finds Matt Hardy woken, and then we have a match between woken Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy?
Yeah. No one wants to see Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy again.
Yeah, no one wants to. I hope that this ultimate deletion is the last we're going to see of Hardy and Wyatt. And Alberto Del Rio to return to AAA Wrestling for a one-time appearance. Now, if you don't know what AAA is, it's a Mexican wrestling organization. It's quite similar to CMLL, but yeah. He will be expecting a one-time appearance there. And finally, Ronda Rousey's husband, Travis Brown, has also been trained at the Performance Center and is unclear if there is any plans for him to wrestle for WWE at any point.
That's how you know he's a washed-up MMA star.
Yeah. WWE's just desperate now. They want to sign every single UFC star there is.
What, next? They're going to sign Francis Ngannou?
They're going to be signing freaking the current UFC heavyweight champion,
Stipe Miocic.
Yes. Signing Bigfoot
Silva.
Yeah, Bigfoot Silva, Mark Hunt.
By the way, guys, Leigh doesn't really know his UFC.
I'm not a big fan of UFC, so don't blame me.
I am a very, very big fan of UFC because that is my passion, fighting. But WWE just need to get their heads in place, man. And, you know, we come here every night or every day just to talk about WWE. Try and make it look, I guess, sound all right. You know? It's not that good. And it's just that WWE need to start, you know, pulling their heads in. They really need to give Triple H creative control.
Yeah, give the keys to the King of Kings. Give the king the throne that he truly deserves. He deserves to control all of WWE. Vince, go to your retirement home, wank, I can't believe I'm saying that, wank to Roman Reigns pictures, and live the rest of your life a happy man. I have no words. All right, that's it for my rumor mill, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
We're not done yet, by the way. Sorry with that language. But I want to talk about something with Leigh. So, Leigh, we don't really add enough of the women.
Yeah, you have a good point there.
Who should be
women's
champion of the NXT, women's champion of Raw, women's champion of SmackDown in the next 2 years? Take it away.
Who should be the NXT?
So NXT. You know what? Not NXT. Do Raw and SmackDown, and tell me to do Raw first, then I do Raw, then you do SmackDown, then I do SmackDown.
Okay, then. In the next 2 years, whoever's Raw Women's Champion, I would say probably Nia Jax, because she deserves everything that's coming to her. She doesn't deserve to be a jobber and doesn't deserve to be killed by Asuka every single time they're in the ring together. Every time when I hear Michael Cole going on, oh, here comes the nightmare, the unlike most girls and stuff like that. Nia Jax is bigger than a freaking jobber.
Isn't her name the Irresistible Force?
Yeah, the Irresistible Force, something like that. Yes, she's bigger than that. She's a professional wrestler who deserves to be women's champion. Period, and deserves a dream match against Awesome Kong. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll be mad. Now, my Raw Women's Champion in the next 2 years, if it's not Asuka or Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler. This chick is a phenomenal heel. She's really good. I think she should be NXT Women's Champion, and Ember Moon go up to the main roster soon, not now. And and I hope Kairi Sane turns heel soon.
Okay, so for my SmackDown Women's Champion in the next 2 years, Ruby Riott. I gotta say, I have a lot of faith in this woman. I may not like her appearance, especially with the tats in the face, especially the nose. I don't like the nose. But I do like her move sets. I do like her skills in the ring. I think she is a future women's champion, period. All right, on to you.
My SmackDown, and it's going to be 2 women, should either be Ruby Riott, I agree with you a lot there, Leigh, or Mandy Rose. I'm joking, it's not Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose is horrible.
If she ever wins the women's champion, I might as well just...
It either should be Ruby Riott or Ember Moon. Ember Moon is SmackDown-like worthy.
I can't argue there. Ember Moon, like you said, is SmackDown worthy. She also deserves the women's champion.
So, guys, I'm sorry, or we're sorry if we couldn't talk about a lot. But, hey, we got through quite a bit this episode. Next episode's going to be crazy for me. My fantasy booking's going to go out of the roof next week because it is going to be after the pay-per-view. Now, guys, stay cool. Stay humble. Roman Reigns is the worst wrestler. And have a good night.
2Sweet.
For life.
Good night.